Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language.
Like, this is so fucking wrong. This is so weird.
Dude, this is Virgin River. What do you expect?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we, love us a good Christmas tree decoration off.
Dude, that looks like so much fucking fun.
I just need to move to Virgin River. I need to move there. I need to move there.
Same. But you know, Christmas trees are my jam. I love nothing more than a fucking Christmas tree. And this looks like so much fun. I almost want to petition our town or something so that we can do this somewhere. I think this looks like so much fun.
We could never do this in our town because the trees would be trashed immediately.
True. Although, do you remember about 20 years ago when we worked at the TV station?
Yes.
We would go to the Historical Society at the train station, and we would decorate the trees there once a year. Like, that was fun. But I want it to be like that on like a grander scale where I win.
I remember before you started working there, and we were in the old building.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Christmas party, like just an office Christmas party with a big bowl of eggnog. And my former boss and I spiked it with a bunch of rum. And everybody crashed. It was so much fun. We were just like doing wild shit. It was so much fun. It was the year that we were moving to the new building. So they were tearing down the sets. And
it was just a shit show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, my name is Amye. I'm here with my bestie Steph. And we're here today to talk about our favorite show in the world, Virgin River. Oh,
I love it so much.
There was so much in this episode, like so much great stuff.
I know.
I loved every minute of it.
So much delicious cheese.
The
it was
cheesiness.
So great. The cheese was great.
And here's what I want to say to people. We have heard you. We are converting people, Steph. People are turning into Virgin River fans because they are watching it because we're covering it.
That's amazing, and I hope that's true. Are you making that up?
No, I'm not making it up. It is the modern day Little House on the Prairie. It 100% is.
It completely is. And if Netflix is listening, they should hire us to do something.
If Netflix is listening, we need 10 more seasons of this. Never stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yes, never stop.
Absolutely.
Go forever.
Go forever. Give us... And make it all one season. Make it all 1 year.
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
Charmaine's twins. I mean, I want to see them in season 27 as 2-year-olds.
Dude, the trajectory they're on that might actually happen. I don't care.
Were you pleased to see these 2 Christmas episodes show up in your feed?
Yes. I completely forgot about them. So when it happened, it was like fucking Christmas present. I was like a kid on Christmas morning. I was really excited because I love it so much. I was really excited too.
I love it too, guys. We rip it apart, but that's with love.
Oh, it's completely with love. All with love. I actually even watched it twice because I'm obsessed and I love it so much.
I watched it twice because I had to take the notes, but... What we're going to do, guys, is we're doing this as one big chunk. This is the Virgin River Christmas special.
Yay.
So it's season 5, episodes 11 and 12. They're called The More the Merrier and Father Christmas.
Correct.
Okay. There needs to be something settled right away.
Okay, what?
Okay, ready?
What?
Is Mel's bio dad a
hot?
Holdie?
Yeah, totally. I knew this was... I have it in my notes. I'm like, Mel's dad is hot.
I don't know if he's hot. I can't tell.
He's really handsome, dude. He's a good-looking guy.
Don't get me wrong. It would take 1 bottle of wine, if that.
I mean...
But I can't tell. He's like a little slanted. He hangs to the left a little bit. And I'm not saying anything. Like, he He always has his head tilted weird, and his hair is decorated to the side, styled to the side.
I like decorated. I've never in my life heard anyone describe a hairdo as decorated. But
My hair is decorated with a lot of gray this morning.
from now on, that's the only term I'm ever using because that's funny.
Yes.
Oh my! You had to see me when I woke up this morning. My hair was sticking up so bad that even Patrick was like cracking the hell up. I looked insane.
There is like a running joke in my house that I look like, my dad used to call it, what did he call it? Oh, a pipe cleaner. He used to say that my hair looked like a pipe cleaner in the morning. And he's been putting stuff on Facebook of himself waking up in the morning with the crazy hair. And I'm like, this is where I get it from. You know what it is? I have no hair and I have very thin hair. So it's like a static electricity nightmare in my bed at night. And I wake up and it's just like poof, like a dandelion gone to seed, like
oh my God,
just a big white poof ball.
That's hysterical. So mine is mostly, I've never had this problem before. Hello menopause though, and I sweat all night long and I'm always rustling around like a crazy person because I don't sleep and I'm hot and I'm cold and I'm changing.
Did you get the menopause nightgown I sent you?
No, it was like $100. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe if Netflix is going to hire us, then I can afford $100 nightshirts.
I need to see you in the menopause nightgown.
Oh my God. If I buy it, I'm totally posting it in the group. You know this. But I wake up and I'm like all over the place. My hair is like matted and sticking up and crazy. It's not a good scene here.
Mel's dad has nice hair.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
It's like a wave to the side. Kind of like my man Captain Pike in the new Star Trek.
Oh, you and that captain.
He is amazing. You have to watch it.
I know my husband loves it just like my wife does.
You would love it.
I haven't seen it. I need to give it a shot, but
you would love it. All right, so we're going to start, and again, this is both episodes encompassed into one. So if you have not watched episodes 11 and 12, shut this off, go watch them, and come back. Okay.
Yes. Do yourself a favor. Watch them twice. I always catch stuff the second time around that I wouldn't have caught the first time.
I have a lot to say, especially when we get to the quote-unquote Christmas show.
Oh. Yes.
Okay. So the way that I did this is by character. Okay, so we'll start with Mel and Jack. However, then I have the Christmas tree contest on at the end.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So Mel and Jack, it's their somehow it is their first Christmas together. I have no idea how this is happening. So Mel arrived there apparently only 12 months ago. Think of how long of a fucking year this has been. Bert has kicked a heroin addiction in this time.
Fentanyl.
He has found and kicked a fentanyl addiction.
And became a Christmas tree.
And
all in a year.
Tree.
I love Bert.
So they're pulling a tree from the woods. They're planning a big family Christmas. Suddenly Jack has all these siblings we've never fucking heard about.
Right?
And they talk about the coincidence that Mel's mom was banging a dude from Virgin River and Mel ended up there. And Mel says, maybe my mom talked about Virgin River or left some of the postcards around and it sank into my subconscious. Okay. Stephanie.
Come on, no.
Mel's mom, if she's banging some dude on the side and getting postcards from him and leaving them around, what are you doing?
Seriously, Mel's mom.
Like, here, kids, go play with these postcards from my lover.
Yeah.
Like,
here, kids, let's learn how to read. And the first sentence is, I miss your hot ass. Like, what?
Mommy, what does vagina mean? Mommy, what is reverse cowgirl?
Oh, we're sickos.
So Joey and her husband and the kids show up now.
I have a question.
I forgot this husband existed because, again, it's been so long.
I forget. Is that the actual husband that she's back with, or did she?
No, she remarried
it's the new
some
guy.
Dude. Yeah,
that's all right. So we need to. I have to break.
Here's
this down
what
for
we
a
need
second.
to do. Here's what we need to do. We need to get eyes on Joey's kids in season 1 and see if they're the same kids now, because they would have gone through puberty and
I
shit.
know, it's insane. But another thing, how is it that she managed to
Get
get
divorced.
divorced and get remarried and
Meet somebody,
introduce
court
her
somebody.
children?
Yep.
She introduced her children to a new dude and divorced their dad in less than a year? What kind of parenting is that?
Look, it happens, I'm sure. You know, I'm
Oh,
not
I
going to
know.
judge divorced parents. It happens. But I just want to know if those kids are the same.
I just
Because
want to
there's
know.
no way. Like, that 5-year-old is like driving now.
Did we ever?
Pulling up and lighting his smoke and
He's buying
driving.
fentanyl from Bert. But wait, did we see those kids? Because I don't even remember seeing them.
Okay, so in season 1 or 2, I can't remember, Mel and her would be talking on the phone a lot, and the kids would
Right.
be running around.
Oh, that's
We need
true.
eyes on those kids. Okay.
All right.
They probably had to recast them 5 times. So here's my thing. Now, I have been around a lot of grown men in my life.
Oh, really?
Okay? What person, when the kids show up at the door, I don't know, maybe it's just the men I date, the men I marry who want nothing to do with this kind of bullshit.
Oh,
But what kind of guy's like, let's go play some reindeer games, and grabs the kids and takes them off and does shit?
Patrick.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
My husband is the greatest babysitter that literally ever lived. And I don't know if that comes from like being a teacher or just being a good human
Maybe.
being. I have no idea. But
Timmy would be like, does she have to bring her kids?
that would be me. Ew. Or I would be the one that sends an invitation. It's like adults only. Leave those shit bags home.
Yeah. So Mel and so they're off playing reindeer games. God only fucking knows what that looks like. And Mel and Joey start talking about the letters, and Mel's like, later, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'm playing reindeer games here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Read the room.
So the date that mom, okay, so now they're out on the porch and they're looking at the letters. And apparently the date that mom started corresponding with her bang buddy was right after Chloe died. So Mel's like, oh my God, they must have drifted apart. And Joey's like, but you brought them back together. Okay. So Mel decides, you know what? I want to find this dude. I'm doing it. Now, here's the information she has to go on. His nickname was Champ. And he has a P.O. box. I'm like, okay, so this should take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking information. That is a lot more information than many adoptees have to go on. I
know. But how quickly they actually did find him is insane to me.
Oh, see, I think that took too long. I think all they had to do was go to Hope and be like, who's the guy in this town of 17 people that you called Champ?
Like, that is true. They didn't ask her that. Why would they have asked her that?
I don't know. It's so weird.
She totally would have known the answer to that. That was dumb.
Like you literally have this guy's address.
Really weird.
Google it.
So here's a question I have.
Okay.
Would you seek out your biological father if you were Mel?
Oh, 100%.
Same. Okay.
110%. Yes.
Same.
Yeah. I would never be able to not. I don't know.
I have a confession. This is sick. And this might be like proof that I grew up in like a sick fucking household. I mean, not sick. I shouldn't say that, but it was toxic.
Right.
When I was a kid, I used to like dream up different ways of how my parents adopted me.
Well, my sister had me convinced I was adopted.
Oh, so my grandfather had me convinced I was adopted. All right, so our pop, he was really funny. And we used to spend every weekend at my pop's house. And like sleepovers where every weekend we would watch Planet of the Apes and all this fun stuff.
I fucking love Planet of the Apes.
We would go to Montage Video and we would get our Planet of the Apes on VHS and we would stay over Pop's. Oh my God, it was so great. Where was I going? Oh, but Pop used to tell everyone the story that they found me on the top of a hill only wearing one red shoe.
Oh, okay.
I was clothed. I don't mean that I was naked. I just meant I only had one shoe and it was red. And I would cry and they would tease me relentlessly. And I would cry And then it
Okay.
was so like I spent years not
Thinking
knowing
you
if
were
it was true or
adopted.
not. Yeah. So then I think that like fucked with me. And then
As
I would like
somebody like
literally try to
stuck with
figure.
kids, you're making me regret that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking great. I mean, it's sick and great at the same time. You have to understand, my grandfather was hilarious.
I know, but
And this was funny shit.
okay. All right. Is he the same grandfather that when the grandmother would get mad, he would go change his shirt?
No, that was my Polish grandpa.
Because that was hilarious.
This is my Irish Welsh grandpa.
Okay. So she has his address. This should take 5 seconds, but whatever. Let's pretend it won't. So Jack is happy that Mel wants to look for her father. They need more grandparents for their future children. The future children
Are all over in this episode.
all over the place. It's like Robin Brown with her angel babies. Like they're just waiting to be plucked out of the sky. I don't know what's going on. So they decide to find Hope. And instead of just saying to Hope, who'd you call champ in the town? They have to start by finding out who the postmaster was at a certain point in time.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
But
The writers need to make up their fucking mind. Is this a small town or is it huge?
I know.
Does it support a baseball team and a law firm? Or is it a tiny town where there's only 6 Christmas trees and the whole town is there to watch it?
I know. I have no idea. I got nothing, dude. We're confused all the time. Sometimes it's 17 people. Sometimes it's 17,000. Who knows? Sometimes the, adjacent town is 5 minutes away. Sometimes it feels like it's 3 hours away. I don't know.
Continuity is not their strong point on this show.
But I love it.
I love it too. So they head over to the Santa Workshop Festival that's happening in town. Of course it is.
Of course.
And they see Charmaine, and Charmaine is in a bad way. She's in a real bad way.
Poor Charmaine.
She's like, if I don't give birth to these fucking kids right now, I'm going to jump off a cliff with them.
And Amy, as 2 women who have both carried twins, we can relate hardcore to that feeling.
She's
because we were also. Do you know what I just realized?
What?
We were both also really big pregnant, like around Christmas time.
Yeah, because my kids turn 17 tomorrow.
And mine turned 21 in 2 weeks.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, we're weird.
Which does not help us at tax time.
No.
Might we say. Yes.
Not anymore. It did that first year, but the year they turned 17, I got screwed.
That's what's happening to me this year.
Remember I was flipping out about that?
Yes. Yes. So here's the thing though. She's having Braxton Hicks. I'm like, dude, you've been pregnant for 9 years.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably real
labor.
So Mel's like, oh, okay. Braxton Hicks right near your due date. Just give me a buzz if something happens. Now they run into Hope, and she tells them that the old postmaster was Chip Cooper, who Liddy is banging.
I know. And how adorable. What?
There is hope for all of us. Liddy is like 107, and she is banging the shit out of Chip Cooper.
And like, it's good for her.
It's good for her. So she's like, oh, I know where he is. He's playing Santa at the mall. Probably plays Santa in her bedroom.
Oh, yes. They're playing all kinds of reindeer games in Liddy's bedroom. God, what do those games look like?
We're sick. So I watched this great, there's this, I'll have to put it in the Facebook group. There's this great guy who is a comedian, and he looks back at like all the Gen X cartoons and shit that we grew up with, and he's like, what the fuck, right?
Oh, really?
So he was doing a thing on Rudolph, and he's like, doesn't anybody notice it's not the fact that the nose was red, it was the irritating fucking noise it made all the time.
Yeah. That's funny.
Right. So anyway, they track Chip Cooper down, and this angry elf makes them wait in line. They wait in line. They see Santa. He says, oh, Champ was all boned up over this woman. He would come into the post office, and he'd be so excited writing letters, and then
he'd be knocking people over with that boner.
And then all of a sudden the letter stopped, and they never saw him again. But you know what? He did win the 1976 Lumberjack Games. Again, quick Google search. Now they got his name, Everett Koop. No.
No.
No, C. Everett Koop was the Surgeon
Isn't
General
it
of the
Everett
United
Reese
States.
or Reed or something?
It's Everett Reed.
Reed.
C. Everett Koop was the Surgeon General of the United States. Okay.
Oh my God,
So
you
they
guys.
can't find him on Google. Really? You can't find him on Google.
I don't know, Hemi. He tried really hard to not be found.
I guess. But like, if you loved this woman so much and you thought she might come looking for you, why'd you try so hard not to be found?
Because I don't think he thought she was going to come looking for him.
I don't know. There's this dumb scene with Preach who's at the
Oh.
mall handing out toys to disadvantaged children.
And all the kids are going, Preach! Preach!
Oh, stop it!
Toy Preach! Merry Christmas!
And Preach has a guy, and he's like, I'll find him for you. And they find him. Okay.
In 2 seconds.
2 seconds, which I think that took too long, I'll be honest. Okay.
We had completely different takes on this.
Ask
It's
any
funny.
adopted person that you know if they received like an address of their parent. No.
I know, Amy. I'm just saying.
So later they track down the father, and he lives in a log cabin. And Mel's like, I'm your daughter, dude. Like, don't you know me? I'm your daughter. And he's like, no one's home. Bah! And he like runs into the house, and he's cooking. I don't know. As he runs into the house,
which is dark.
What
but
does she say? What does she say?
The trophy.
She is somehow able to read
see?
a tiny print on a trophy that's like 20 feet away from her.
In the dark. Because
In the dark.
It's not at nighttime, but it's not well lit in this cabin. There's no way she read this.
Listen, ladies of a certain age, you know what I'm talking about. You would have had to put on the cheaters or raise your glasses up. You have to find a way to see. You're not going to be able to see this.
I had to get transition friggin' bifocal shit this year. I wouldn't have been able to.
No. So then I have, is Mel's dad a holdie? What do we think?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Of course he is.
So, okay, you're in a bar.
Okay.
All right. It's you and I. You're drinking our cheap, sweet Riesling. Okay.
Okay.
We're a good bottle in. Okay.
Okay.
We're feeling good. Our husbands don't exist. They're not around.
Oh, they don't exist or they're not around?
They don't exist.
So we're single.
We're single.
Oh,
okay.
fuck.
What could go wrong?
What could go right is more like the question.
Doc and this dude walk in. Which one do you get? Which one do I get?
I will take Mel's dad.
Okay. Doc is.
You seem disappointed.
I'm gonna be.
What the fuck? I thought I was taking one for the team. The fuck?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Doc doesn't have enough of an edge for me.
He doesn't for me either.
I think Mel's dad seems like he may have killed a few people. I need him.
Because he's a little bit like Jack.
So do we fight over him? I guess we're going to have to.
Wait, do we fight over any guy, dude?
No, there's usually I pick the scumbag and you pick the more decent one. But
right.
This is
like
not, you're picking the scumbag in this one.
So here's what happened. Years ago, for a very brief moment in time, Amy and I fought over Mark Ruffalo. Until shut up, no, I'm not done.
Okay.
Until we fought over Mark Ruffalo until
we reached an agreement.
We reached an agreement that you would go with Sean Penn because I think he's gross.
And he's dirty enough for me.
Mark Ruffalo and you took Sean Penn.
I see it a different way. I remember it happening a different way. I remember I got Robert Downey Jr. and you got Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, I don't know that I would have given him up.
Yeah, because you would not have fought me for Sean Penn. That's an obvious. I'm taking him no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
But if we were playing kickball and picking teams, we would be fighting over Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. And you would have to pick one. I think you'd pick Mark Ruffalo.
You're 100% right, and I misremembered that. You're right. That's exactly what it was. I gave you RDJ.
Right. And he has just enough of a problematic past to attract me.
Oh, yeah. And you guys.
I'm there.
So in the group over the weekend.
In Backdoor Friends.
In Backdoor Friends, we were talking. I was talking with somebody about Mark Ruffalo being my soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else in the group said that he was also hers, and I just want you to know that I will fight you.
We don't use
Amy
soulmate
knows.
anymore. We do not use soulmate anymore. It's twin flame.
Twin flame. Okay, so
Mhm.
sorry. I'll have to go back and edit. Mark Ruffalo is my twin flame. We both roll in patchouli together, and we're
Mhm.
gonna live on a farm
That's
and
fine.
raise animals and plants and all the things.
Okay.
It's happening.
All right. Sounds good. So Mel's dad,
We're still on this. We are
he
on a
wants
fucking
no-
tangent.
he wants nothing to do with her. And Mel's disappointed, but she's like, oh, well, maybe some good old fashioned ice skating will cheer me up, Jack. Okay. Like, whereas you and I would be drowning this in a bottle of wine at a pub.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would be calling. It would be you and me in the car together
Yes.
because
Yes.
we would only do this kind of shit together.
Yes. Because
Like,
Timmy
no
would just be like, whatever.
Yeah, and Patrick, no, it would need to be you.
So just then, Charmaine calls and she's like, those Braxton Hicks, they're getting real intense.
Oh, and by the way, I have a gift for you guys.
Yeah,
What?
that's so fucking weird.
It was so
What
weird.
was that?
It was so weird. I don't know.
We never saw the gift. We don't know
No,
what it
she
was.
forgot it, remember?
Okay.
And we'll get to it because I made a note of this later when they're later on.
Did they give her a fruitcake or something?
And they kind of laugh about it. So my question was,
Okay, wait.
fruitcake is fucking gross. And they kind of make a joke. So did they give her the, here, take this piece of shit fruitcake because you're a fucking nut job? And
First of all, Jack destroyed Charmaine's life, like straight up destroyed it. And then you give her a fucking fruitcake?
Do you think he destroyed it? Really?
Yes, she says that she banged Calvin because she was pissed off at Jack.
Well, I mean, he didn't.
And now
make
she's tied to Calvin with these kids.
But no one makes you bang Calvin.
I didn't say mate. Yes, I did say mate.
Yes, you did.
You know what? He drove her to it. He drove her to it. Okay.
You don't think that Charmaine was like a little bit
saucy,
loose or saucy?
Maybe.
That she was kind of like not real trustworthy anyhow.
Listen to me. We are half an hour and we didn't even get through Mel and Jack, so we got to move. Okay.
Sorry. Somebody wanted a 3 to 4 hour podcast. We're giving it.
Now, they get to the clinic and Calvin is there. And Charmaine's like, when I saw him, my contractions got real intense. Okay, that's not how things work, but okay. Charmaine says she's upset about Calvin being the dad. And now we get this real quick summary of how Calvin is back in the picture. Because Mel's like, isn't he supposed to be in jail?
Wait, let me be Charmaine.
Okay. Well, first of all, your water breaks. Oh my God, Charmaine, your water broke. Don't do the moaning. Don't do the moaning.
I'm doing the moaning.
Shut up. Get on the table. Get on the table.
I'm on the table.
Charmaine, isn't Calvin supposed to be in jail? What the hell's going on here, dude?
The craziest thing happened, Mel. The DA dropped all the charges.
Wow.
He's a free man.
Wasn't he like a drug kingpin?
He was. Well, he still is. But nobody cared, and now he's free, and he's back on the mountain, and he has claims to these babies because they are his. Oh my God, Mel, what am I going to do?
Stop.
I just made myself lightheaded by doing that.
I have such issues when people do the moaning. I can't.
All right.
Listen to me. You forgot the most important part. Drug Nana comes into this.
Oh, well, I didn't get there. That's what I was getting to. Right. Now you see why I lied. And then Drug Nana tried to kill him. Brady
tried to kill him. And wait, he was in witness protection and he was working with the FBI. Mike never mentioned this? Mike was never like, Brady, we have another informant? Okay. I'm going to back up for 1 second. A few episodes ago. Okay. When Drug Nana went down and Brady got in the fight and everything happened, right?
Yeah, and Brady was like with his phone. No one can see me, but when he was real sly trying to stick it out of the window.
If you remember, okay, go back to that episode. If you remember, there was like a moment in time where they were freaked out because if Mike died, nobody was there to vouch that Brady was helping the FBI. Okay. why wasn't somebody like, we have another informant? Like, this is so fucking wrong. This is so weird.
Dude, this is Virgin River. What do
That's
you
true.
expect?
Mm-hmm,
It's perfect. It
the
went down.
police work in Virgin River is problematic at best.
The police work, I mean, sometimes Jack is even like a fill-in police officer. I mean, you guys, this is just what they do.
Jack
It's
is like Pa Ingalls. Like, they just used to let Pa enforce the law
exactly.
with no qualifications.
Speaking of Pa Ingalls, hang on to that note.
So now we have a lot of moaning, and then she has the babies. And afterwards, Doc is like, he sees Mel and he's like, I'm so proud of you.
I know.
I feel like your father. I feel like I'm your dad. And she's
know.
like, well, funny you bring that up. Because I was searching for my bio dad and he rejected me flat out.
And he's just like, what? I thought your dad was dead.
And she's like, but I want you to walk me down the aisle. Like, we're all over the map here. I don't know what's happening.
All over the map.
Okay, so we'll talk at the end about our predictions for season 6, but I want you to remember all of this with the Calvin and the babies, because I feel like that's going to come back into it.
Please do. Me too. It has to.
Now we're going to scoot over to our girl, Bree.
Yes.
Okay. Bree is baby-proof in her house for her sister, Mary, and her kids. We never heard of, never know, have no clue. Mike is there with her, this motherfucker. We all know Chippy Brady, but whatever. Mike's like, anything I could do to help?
I hate you.
And she
How
goes,
fucking great is her apartment, though?
Her house is beautiful.
Beautiful.
And she's like, yeah, keep charming the pants off my dad. And Mike's like, I'm pretty charming. And she goes, now I love Bree. I love Bree.
Nope, charm the pants off her mom. Well, not really, but you know.
No. Yes. But then she goes, I've noticed, and so have my pants.
Oh,
No. Nope.
I know.
Nope.
That was not.
You say that kind of shit to Brady. You don't say that kind of shit to nerdy Mike. No.
Mike's not a nerd.
Mike is a total nerd.
No, he's not.
He's a total goody two shoes. Yes, he is.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think so.
Really?
So now Mary's stuck in Boston. She can't come. Jack and Bree's dad shows up. And he's like, your motherfucking mother is such a bitch.
His dad? This father?
I have written in my notes, your fucking mother is such a bitch.
I hate you.
That is not at all what he said.
It's not. But in my notes, I wrote, the way Jack's father talks to him is really disturbing.
There's some real dad issues here. This dad is not good.
Both of these parents are terrible parents, Amy. Both of them.
A little better. I like that she's hanging out with this artist, Javier.
Well, Javier. I do too, but she's
Javier's hot.
Javier's super hot, and if I was that mom, I would have chosen Javier over that dick bad dad too. But
100%.
Let me tell you something. These parents are both super toxic. They're so classic, like 80s parents. You know they are.
Yeah.
The dad, I hate everything about it. I hate the way he talks to these kids, to Jack
he's
and
a
Bree.
dickbag.
Is so triggering. I don't even know why, because my father was not this way, but I hate it.
Well, dad is like, I'm leaving if that fucking hippie joker sticks around. Like, he's a real. So mom has brought Javier, her new artist boyfriend, who's a total holdie, to Christmas, and dad is really upset about this.
And again, here's another mom introducing her kids to random dudes at Christmas in Virgin River. What the fuck?
Okay.
Joey and Jack's mom are going in the mom trash pile.
No, Bree and Jack, not Joey and Jack. Joey is
also going in the trash pile. Joey.
Oh, Joey. Okay, I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Mom
because of the kids.
Yes.
So now Bree is at the ice skating place and she runs into Brady, and like, you could cut the sexual tension with a knife. It's there. I don't blame her. Brady, who is girlfriend free, and instead of like taking his hot ass down to the bar and picking up some chick. He's hanging out at Santa's workshop by himself, like all grown 40-year-old men do when they have the time off.
But he's not girlfriend free. He's clearly in a relationship with Lark.
Yeah, but she's gone. Oh my God. I have dated such toxic men. Jesus Christ.
I feel like I need to put a
Wife's
disclaimer.
out of town, so he needs to go fuck around.
I know. I'm like, what are you talking about, you psychopath? He's enjoying the spirit of Christmas, Amy. This is Virgin River.
Okay.
I want to
all
put
right.
I feel like I need to put a disclaimer out before people start coming for me about the mom thing.
Okay.
My throwing shade at moms introducing kids to to partners is deeply rooted in my own childhood trauma. My mother is on like her 5th or 6th husband. I have so many stepfathers. I truly can't count I honestly don't know. It's 5 or 6.
Understood.
I was this kid whose mother always had a new guy. That's where it comes from. I'm truly not really throwing shade on people. I'm just, it's my own shit coming out. I just want to put that out there.
We totally accept that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you know someone's not going to.
And you've also been in the position of introducing your kids to a new man.
Yes, and I was psychotic about it because of how I grew up.
Right.
Right.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So Bree reminds Jack, okay, so Bree and Jack sit their parents down and they're like, you got to work this shit out. Like, this is too much. Yeah. And later they're getting the table set up at the bar. And I just wrote, how does everyone have the entire week of Christmas off in this town?
Well, no one works.
Like, if you're Jack, I mean, my husband was in the restaurant business. You don't shut your restaurant down for a night, let alone a couple days.
But in Virgin River, Amy, no one really works. The town pretty much runs itself.
That's true.
Because Jack is a jack of all trades, truly. I mean, he's a firefighter, he's a cook, he's a war veteran, he's a dad.
Mel's at the clinic like, we'll give you free healthcare. Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. Okay. I don't need to get paid.
So Bree reminds Jack that he bailed on their family as a young man. And Jack's like, I went to fucking war, dude.
Yeah, like,
I didn't just like fuck off to California. And Bree says, look, I know you had issues with dad because he's a big dick bag, but you could have come home. And Jack says, home is the place you spend half your life trying to escape and the rest of your life trying to get back to.
And that hit me in the guts.
It kind of hit me in the gut too.
Because for a while now, this has nothing to do with anything. And I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer. But I've had some losses recently. Deaths of people that I'm close to. And this time of year always makes me very like nostalgic. My grandmother died around this time, and like a couple of days is the anniversary of her death, and like Christmas was always a big deal when my kids were little because my dad spent every Christmas here and it was just great. And I've been like really, really missing my dad, and I don't know what is happening to me. Is this like a middle-age thing? Like maybe people in the group can help me out, but I have been so, I don't want to say like depressed because it's not depression.
It's like an emotionalness, right?
Yes, I am
I'm feeling it too.
Emotional this year, more so than I feel like I've been ever.
Did you hear our episode of Let Us Pray? I started crying.
I haven't
in the middle of the episode.
Because I had to turn that off because it's too rough. I'm still getting through it, but it was too deep and I had to turn it off. But it's so bizarre, dude. Like I can't stop thinking about my family and thinking about Christmases when I was a little kid and missing that, which is so weird. Because
it's interesting because the quote hit me in a different way. It hit me, but it hit me in terms of like, and you know this about me, my entire life I wanted to move out of this area.
I know.
Move, get away. And I never could for various reasons. And I feel like now I'm finally at that second part of that quote. Where I'm like, you know what? This is my home and I love it here. Dude, and that restlessness has dissipated.
Yeah.
It's like I've come to terms with the fact that this is where I'm going to live now.
Well, it's about fucking time because as your wife, I have been struggling with you threatening to leave me for our entire marriage.
People
I'm
are
going
gonna
to
think we're really
Portland. I'm
married
going to Seattle. We are,
because
asshole.
we bicker like wives.
Yeah, and sisters. I mean, we're clearly sister wives. But yeah, that's like the exact same thing that happened to me. Like something changed in me where I went from, because we've talked a little bit about my tumultuous childhood, but holidays, especially like Thanksgiving and Christmas, were always good times in my family.
Yeah, that's very common when people have had childhood trauma,
Yeah.
that the holidays,
And
it could go either way. The holidays are sometimes terrible, but
No.
also sometimes that's like the only moment in time where there was peace and
It is.
togetherness.
And that's exactly what it was in my house. So
Yeah.
Christmas, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, this time of year has always been like a big deal for me. But for many years of my adult life, I spent time like hating my childhood and looking back at it with such disdain and like, ugh, until very recently when I'm like, okay, like it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm going on way too long.
No, I get it.
Goddamn.
I get it. Let's scoot on over to Hope, Doc, Denny, and Lizzy.
Yeah, okay.
These fucking weirdos. Speaking
They
of, like,
said my favorite line of the whole episode.
Oh, did they?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Eggnog without rum is just Christmas custard. Cheers.
Okay. All right. Okay. So not that I disagree with that, but I love eggnog. How do you feel about eggnog?
Me too. I drank it all weekend.
Oh, I love it. So Hope is all like, where the fuck is our eggnog? This is how we open on them.
Yeah.
And Lizzy comes in with a tray.
Yeah.
She is serving them now. What is this part of her job as the assistant to the mayor?
It's weird, isn't it?
It's weird. So Hope and Doc are super excited about the baby. Go ahead, what?
No, I was just saying she's still being like caretaker.
It's
but
weird.
Not. It's weird. Yeah.
For some reason, we feel the need to talk about Connie a lot and explain that she's out of town. I have no idea why. I looked up to see if the actress had passed.
I know.
She didn't. So I don't know what's going on here.
Maybe she just couldn't film. I don't know. But they made a point.
But like she wasn't integral to the story, so we wouldn't have missed her. But
no,
okay,
but
whatever.
She's integral to the show, and like Christmas is such a big deal.
I guess.
Dude,
so
there's a Christmas tree decorating contest. Of course Connie would be there.
Lizzy's mom is coming to town, and she's going to drop the big baby bomb on her. And Lizzy's like, Mom is super judgy.
Mom's a bitch.
But she's finally proud of me. So, like, this is going to set some of that progress back. Big time. Hope is like, look, you got to tell her. I'm starting to think Hope is real toxic because Hope is like, you better fucking tell her because I can't keep my mouth shut more than 2 minutes.
No, and I appreciate this about Hope. She's totally toxic, but she's learning her boundary. Like she knows her fine line.
It's
true. That was her way of saying, I'm going to blow this on you if you don't do it yourself.
Yes. So later, Lizzy's mom shows up and she's frazzled because it's been a travel day and she's in a pissy mood. And Lizzy's like, okay, not the right time. Lizzy knows how to read a room.
She does.
She's like, not the right time. Not the right time.
She does.
So later, Doc and Denny are getting the stuff ready for the Christmas tree contest. And Doc is all nervous about his clinical trial. And Denny's like, I'm here if you need to talk. And Doc says, are you going to get the baby tested in utero for Huntington's disease? And Denny says, we decided not to because we decided like we're keeping the baby and we're going to raise it the same regardless if it has Huntington's or not. Okay.
Right.
Later, Lizzy and Hope are at the musical and they're talking about the baby. And Lizzy's like, who do I look to for help? Like mom influencers on TikTok? Like I don't have any support. And Hope goes, I don't know what those words mean. And I appreciated that.
I know.
But she said, just love your baby and you'll be fine. And just then mom walks up and she overhears it and she flips out.
Of course, Hope blew the secret.
Because Hope has a big fucking mouth. She's toxic.
Oh, I love her though.
I know you do. So the next day, Hope and Doc are having an elaborate breakfast with waffles shaped like Christmas shapes. And poor Lizzy, this pregnant teenager, sits down and she just wants to eat her fucking breakfast. But Hope shames her into going over to her mom. And like, you can't even let her eat breakfast. She's like, Hope's literally like, here, let's reenact it. Okay, you be Lizzy.
God. Ugh.
Here I am. Hey, everybody, here's the waffles shaped like Christmas hats.
Oh God, I'm so hungry. I'm just gonna stuff my
Lizzy,
face
did
now
you
that I'm
talk to your
pregnant. I
mother?
don't have to. I can't talk about this. Now that I'm pregnant and I can just eat whatever I
Lizzy,
want, I'm gonna do
did you
that.
talk to your mother?
I'm so hungry. Well, these waffles are
Oh,
so good, Hope.
Lizzy, I think it's a good idea that you talk to your mother, don't you?
Hope, do you know how good these waffles are and how hungry I am now that I'm pregnant and I can eat whatever I want? I'm
Now
not
you have to
going
start
over
to eat. Now
there.
you have to start to eat. Lizzy, I thought you were going to talk to your mother.
I need to finish my breakfast. I have a
Get
baby
the
to
fuck out of
feed.
here. Get the fuck out of here right
God
now.
damn
Here,
it. All right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
just scoot over to the fridge and make you an
Right.
elaborate breakfast burrito to go. Like,
All
what?
right. I mean, I like burritos, but I'm gonna keep chewing on this waffle till that burrito's ready.
Why would you not let
I
this
don't
poor
know.
girl eat?
Because she's Hope.
She's Hope. All right,
She's
anyway.
hopeless.
So Lizzy goes over to Connie's where mom is sitting in some attic bedroom. And mom's like, "You're still a teenager." And Lizzie's like, "Look, it takes a village, and I got one here. I got one." Lizzy says she wants Denny to be able to see their child grow up. And Lizzy says, "Look, mom, I know you're a career person, but I want to be a mom. And I want you to be a part of this." And mom says, "You know what? If it's what you want, I'll fake support for you.
Right.
That's the best I can do."
But I'm a little confused by what she says. If we waited, he wouldn't be able to see his kids grow up. Well, what if you waited 2 years? This one would only be 2. That's not grown up and married. Like, what is she
Well,
talking about?
yeah, like she could have waited 2 or 3 years. I think Denny's got the ticking clock of Huntington's and
Well,
is not expected to live to like 50 or 60. So, like, they want this kid to be an adult by the
okay.
time that clock
So,
ticks out.
as someone that admittedly doesn't know a ton about Huntington's, I know it's like a neurological deterioration, but is he
It's
symptomatic?
bad.
I know it is, but
I don't
that's what I
know.
don't understand. Like, we
He's
know that
not, but I think that's inevitable. Do you know what
or
I
is he
mean?
just a carrier? Like, I don't know how it works.
I don't know how that works
know.
either. But I
I don't know.
think that it's inevitable that he will begin to show symptoms. And I don't think you can just be a carrier.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know either. I know that a lot of people on Timmy's mother has a sister who married into a family. So Timmy's like uncle-in-law,
Okay.
or great uncle has a bunch of it in his family, and all his
Oh.
kids are like in their 50s and they're all in bad shape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I don't there's no cure, right?
No, I
Let me
didn't know.
look it
No,
up.
I know that. I just meant the way she said if we waited, he wouldn't be able to see his kids grow up or whatever she
Huntington's
says.
disease is a rare inherited disease that causes the progressive breakdown or degeneration of nerve cells in the brain.
Mhm.
Has a wide impact on a person's functional abilities and usually results in movement, thinking, cognitive, and psychiatric disorders. What is the life expectancy? Huntington's disease is a condition that stops parts of the brain from working. It's usually inherited. It gradually gets worse over time and is usually fatal after a period of up to 20 years. Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
sad.
typically starts in a person's 30s or 40s. So maybe he's not symptomatic yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stage 1 is 0 to 8 years from illness onset. Then you have like a stage 2, a stage 3. Yeah. So there's 5
Oh,
stages of it and it can take a lot of time.
okay.
Ugh.
That's sad.
It's really sad.
So
It's
I
really
wonder
sad.
how he found out he had it.
I think his father had it, or his mother
His
had it and
mother.
died.
I
So
knew
he was
that.
probably
Yeah.
genetically tested for it.
Okay, but so that's what's weird though. So he knows that he has it, but he's opting not to know if his child does. Wouldn't you want? I don't know.
I
That's
wouldn't
weird
want
for
to know.
me.
I wouldn't want to know.
I don't know if I would either. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, of course, part of me would want to know, part of me would not want to know. But as somebody that had it,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like,
Virgin River is bringing an ethical question here.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people who are like, I would not want to know. Like, I feel like that, but I'm sure there are people who are like, you owe it to that kid to know.
I know. And
Yeah,
I don't know where I
it's
fall
interesting.
because I don't know.
I
Thank
know.
God I've never had to know.
So let's get back to the important stuff
Okay,
of
sorry.
Doc looking for some Christmas tree decorations. And he finds a wedding album and he's like, you know what? While I can still see with these little peepers, I'm going to remarry Hope because I want to see her again on my wedding day.
And
There
that
we
was
go.
cute. How about
Hmm.
those photos?
The photos, he was
Were amazing.
hot.
I know. So was she.
Yeah. So also gives Denny the envelope with the sex of the baby in it.
Which pissed me off, I need to say. As a
Why?
doctor, that envelope should have gone to Lizzy.
Oh, really?
She's the mother.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, but what if Denny opened the envelope and Lizzy didn't want him to? They should have, like,
Mm.
I don't know. I just feel like,
Well, that's up to Denny to talk to Lizzy about.
but is it Doc's decision?
He gave them a fucking sealed envelope. They can do whatever they
No,
want with it.
he didn't give it to them. I'm talking about a HIPAA violation here, everybody. What if?
I don't know if HIPAA's in place here. This is your great grandfather running all these tests, or your grandfather running all these tests. I don't know what HIPAA rules have been violated.
If Mel had that envelope, she would not have given it to Denny. She would have known as the
To give it to the patient.
Give
Okay.
it to the patient.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Doc is crossing all kind of HIPAA violations here. And
We need
also, how weird would it be to have like your great grandfather? Well, your
grandfather.
your great. Well, yeah, but your
grandfather
grandfather
in-law.
in-law in your vag. That's a little
No.
weird. Although I bet it's
I'd want
Mel.
Mel delivering that baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it really annoyed me that Doc took it upon himself to do that because
Okay.
he's not the doctor.
Of all the things in this show,
Denny-
that's what you're sticking with?
Denny is not the patient. Yes. Because as
Okay.
somebody that spent 9 years working in for a doctor, this is fucked up and I don't like it.
Okay. Speaking of fucked up and I don't like it, let's scoot over to the Christmas show.
Before we do, can we quickly talk about Doc and Hope and Denny and Lizzy all in matching pajamas? Because that was so fucking great.
I can't with this.
Amy,
you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say something and I don't want you to be offended.
Okay.
But I'm going to say something to you.
Uh-huh.
This has your family's energy all over it.
Yeah,
I could see 4 of you in matching pajamas with your
Amy, it's a tradition.
With your son's girlfriends 10 years from now in your house decorating your tree.
That happens now.
I could
We
see it.
have been in matching pajamas since my kids were babies, and now Patrick does it. 2 Christmases ago, I bought matching pajamas for my family, Sarah's family, my in-laws, and when I made them wear them to Christmas Day dinner.
You're not going to find that over here.
No,
You're not going to find T-Arch in matching pajamas.
You have to understand, I am Father Christmas. Like, Christmas is my fucking jam. I've finished my Christmas shopping already. My tree has been decorated. Everything is wrapped. Go to this
Christmas show.
I'm still on the pajamas. This
we need to move on. It's been an hour. Okay. So Bert is real pissed off that he has to be the Christmas tree.
Oh, Bert.
We love you, Bert. Mater.
We love you, Mater.
Now,
my boy Bert.
Muriel and Cam are the stars of this show, which is a production that consists of one song and Cam aggressively throwing around a 5-year-old.
It was so great. And it's so funny too because all they have talked about is Muriel's singing and dancing abilities, and she's not great, you guys.
I mean, she's good for Virgin River, I guess. But so Lark's daughter is dressed like a snowflake and he's just whipping her around
Hazel
aggressively.
Or basil, rather.
Yeah.
He's throwing that basil all over the salad.
It's wild. And the whole town is there.
All 17 or 17,000.
And I'm thinking to myself, I would have stood up and been like, why am I wasting my time on this shit?
No, I would have been out back with Bert trying to score some fentanyl because you know I hate kids. I would never have gone to this.
So after the show, Bree and Jack's dad takes off. He's like, I'm going back to Sacramento because of Javier.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck off, fucker. Trash pile. We
also learned that Mike has been called to work. So, in Amy Archer's law here, if he's out of town, Bree can do whatever she wants,
trip.
apparently. Okay.
Fuck. You guys,
So-
don't listen to Amy. Backdoor friends.
Cam
Anyone
is
listening.
stunned when his ex-fiance, Michelle, shows up with her little 12-step program, and she's like, I'm on step 8. I'm making amends. Okay. Let me talk to you about this.
Okay, let's.
Try to remember somebody you loved in your life that you never married, but somebody that you loved. Okay?
Well, I married both the people I loved, so.
Well, maybe a boyfriend that you were
I'm
serious
teasing.
about but
Okay.
didn't love. Okay?
Oh,
Or
but
like
didn't marry?
you didn't get married, right? But
Okay.
a boyfriend that you were very into.
All
Okay?
right. I don't have many of those. But
Imagine this person
I've
comes
dated
to
both
you.
people I married. I married both people. I've never dated. I haven't.
Okay. All right. Let's
I'm just kidding. Hypothetically, let's pretend. All right,
go
we're
back
there.
to your teenage years.
I'm
Think about
there.
somebody. Okay.
I've got somebody.
Somebody comes to you and they're like, look, I know I've hurt you. I was an alcoholic. I'm in recovery. I'm not here for anything. I'm just saying to you that I want to apologize and I know I've destroyed you. How could you be so cold to say it's a little too late, a little too little, isn't it?
No, it fucking isn't.
Cam.
Because motherfucker, this happened to me with my ex-husband.
No, that doesn't count because you had like kids together. That he hurt you in ways that go way beyond what happened here.
But Amy, he was engaged to marry this woman. They had a very different relationship than somebody I fucking dated in high school.
They didn't even get down the aisle.
I disagree.
I'm just saying, when somebody's an addict and they're in recovery, don't kick them while they're fucking down.
No, I agree with you that you shouldn't, but I am telling you as somebody who's been on the receiving end of that, that's a really hard thing to do.
It's a hard thing. Look, if I were in your situation and that person hurt my children, no forgiveness. But if it was like I kind of feel this way about my ex-husband. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, dude, it was rough and you're sorry and it's fine.
But I also don't think it was that long ago. He had just broken up with her when he moved to Virgin River, which was, 3 months ago? Because he hasn't been there the whole time.
That's true. I'm forgetting the timeline. He's been there for 3 seasons, but really it's been like a week.
Truly, yes.
All right, we'll agree to disagree on this.
Stop. The last episode before this one was called Labor Day. So 3 months have passed since Labor Day. And Cam was he's literally been here for 4 months.
I just feel like it was hard to watch. Like somebody is coming to you there. I don't know.
I get it.
I think recovery is so hard. And
it is hard. But
I just appreciate people who attempt it. And I would be like, even if he said something like, look, there's a part of me that will always remember how bad you hurt me, but I'm glad that you're on the path to recovery and consider this between us done.
Yeah. And I agree with you that that's what you would want to do. I just know I'm speaking from experience that it didn't go. It doesn't, you're not there.
Okay.
If you haven't gone to what is that alcohol or what?
Al-Anon.
You don't know how to do this. No one teaches you how to do this.
Go to Al-Anon, dude. If you're living with an alcoholic, go to Al-Anon. It's amazing.
Please.
So at the tree decorating ceremony, Cam, okay, are you ready for this? More Cam, ridiculousness.
Can I admit something? I keep fucking this up. Everybody hates me right now.
Go ahead.
I know. I've been talking way too much on this episode.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. I think Cam looks a little handsome.
Cam is not gross.
Okay, I don't.
I've come a long way on Cam.
Me too.
I hated him at first because he was all like, "Mel, Jack's not the right one for you."
Yeah,
but I think they dialed that back a little bit. Yeah,
since he started banging Muriel, I kind of like him.
I think so too. I think it's his approximation to Muriel, our favorite character.
The sun coming through your window looks really beautiful right now.
Oh, thank you.
On my end, because it's like shimmery. It looks really pretty.
So Cam tells Muriel about his ex being in town and wanting to get back together and start a family. And Muriel goes, are you ready for this one? I know we haven't talked about this, but I don't want children. What? I looked it up. The actress is 60. Was this really on the table? Was this really on the table?
I know. I know, Amy.
And
I
Cam
know.
actually goes, I wasn't sure. But you know what? I am good with the family of 2. Like, I'm good with just us.
Yeah.
Okay, in the books, Muriel is 56. Okay?
Yeah,
So
that's
even if we
still,
go with the books, she's not getting pregnant at 56, Cam.
unless it's like one of those situations which has already happened in Virgin River with what's her face who got pregnant with Chloe.
Oh, right.
Thought
But
she was in menopause.
she was in her 40s. This is different. This is way different.
They
Are
wanted
you
us to believe she was in her 40s,
are
but
you
I
ready
don't
to
think
go
she
over to
was.
preach or what? Are you ready for preach?
Can we do it real fast? Because I can't.
Thank God we haven't seen a lot of him.
Thank
He's
God.
on the phone with Paige. He tells her he sent Christopher a drum set. Steph?
Preach! Get back the drums!
Preach and Kaya are doing some kind of Toys for Tots.
Kaya! Kaya!
I can't even look at him. Preach loves helping unfortunate kids, and Kaya says, one of my family traditions is we do the pull or plunge for Christmas.
Like what?
I know. So they plunge, and he tells Kaya, "You're lucky I love you." And she's like, "What? You love me?" Later, we learn that she took a
Wait a
job.
minute. You are going a little too fast. Slow down, Amy.
Later,
We
we learn
need
she
to
took a
talk.
job as the Virgin River Fire Chief because, of course, she did.
Of course she did.
Mhm.
We need to talk about his body for a second.
Oh, his body's smoking, dude.
That hot ass
But
body.
his face is
I
so
know.
punchable.
I know, but if you just look at him from like the nose down,
Yeah, like these writers don't know what to make of him.
I
They
know
have
they
him
don't.
legitimately murdering someone and burying the body, and then he's all dedicated to Toys for Tots. Like, what is it?
I
Which is
know.
it?
I know.
Okay. All right. Can we go to Brady, please? Please,
Please,
can we go over to
yes.
Brady?
Okay,
Okay.
let's do it because this is the angel on the fucking Christmas tree for me. Go on, Amy.
Brady can skate, and it's like a Mario Lemieux
Yeah.
situation. He is skating like
Oh, he's like triple Lindy in it all over the
he is
place.
amazing. Like,
Mhm.
is it Brian Boitano? Is he a
I don't.
skater?
What would Brian
I have to look
Boitano
it
do?
up.
Wasn't that like an SNL skit? What
Hold
would Brian
on.
Boitano do? Or was it? What is that show?
Oh, he is a figure
South
skater.
Park.
Okay.
South Park. It's South Park. That's it.
Okay.
What would Brian Boitano do? Do you remember that, or am I
Yes,
totally making
yes.
that up?
No, I'm seeing the South Park animation
Okay.
in when I Google his name. So Brian Boitano. Okay, so he's figure skating. It's hot, and he's like,
It's not that hot.
he tells what's her name, Lark,
Lark.
that he's getting some money from the Emerald Lumber Insurance.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I thought Calvin owned that. Now he's alive. So Lark says, "When I met you, I was living in a tent growing weed with my daughter, and look what you've done for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I'm skating."
I'm skating
Okay.
in
All right.
Virgin River. I'm
After
not
the
with the
show,
trash anymore. I'm with the real people.
after the aforementioned show where Cam is whipping around that snowflake, Brady gives what's her name, Basil? He gives her
Mhm.
some flowers, and she goes,
Can
"Oh,
I do it?
Brady." Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Brady, you didn't have to.
She goes, "You shouldn't have,"
Or you
which is
shouldn't have. All
way
right.
more sophisticated for a
Yeah.
6-year-old than it
Uh-huh.
needs to be.
Yeah. I was like, what?
So now
Is
they
she is Basil in on the joke?
maybe. Well, she wanders off. Lark and Basil go wandering off. And what does he do? He makes a beeline for his true love, Bree, who's standing across the room. Okay.
I mean, if I saw a chunk of brie standing across the room, I would beeline for it too. It's my
I'd beeline
favorite
for her
cheese.
too. Mhm. So she's like, "You are quite the stepdad." And he's like, "No, no, 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 no. Nope, nope, nope. I mean, not a single guy like me who just hangs out at Santa's workshop. I'm way too cool to be a stepdad." And he's like, "Although Lark does want me to meet her mom, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on." And Bree's like, "I'm very happy for you, but let me guess, you're not happy for me." And Brady's like, "No, I'm not fucking happy for you. You're married to that narc, Mike, the goody two shoes, or you're with them. Whatever. They're not married." Now mom slides up to Bree and she's like, "Whoa, you're a slutty girl, because you got 2 guys looking at you the way Javier looks at me." Yes.
Your audio's really loud.
Is it? It's not clipping though. I think I'll be okay. I can
It's
turn
like,
it down as long as it's
maybe
not
I'll
clipping.
turn mine down. I'm just nervous that because it's
No.
loud for
Don't
me.
turn yours down. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I'm
Turn
just
the
worried.
volume on your computer down.
Yeah, I did.
No, like, yeah, okay.
I did.
All right.
That's what I said. I'll turn my volume down, but I still
Okay.
think I'm just worried that because you said to look out for that. And it's like
I'll be
every
okay.
time you talk and then you're moving real close to the mic and then it gets really high. I'm just
I'll be
saying.
all right. No. Thank
Sorry.
you. I appreciate it. So, mom's okay. So now mom says she was kissing Javier under the mistletoe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Javier did a little reach around, little boob grab, something more, right, than just a kiss?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because he's
And
hot. I would hope he did a little reach around on me.
she said dad berated her in public.
Like where? Where in public?
Why aren't the cameras on this?
Right? That's exactly what I thought. When did this happen? At the tree ceremony? At Santa's workshop?
So she did the best thing she could, and she's like, guess what, motherfucker? We're moving in together.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go, after an hour and 10 minutes, now we're going to go to the Christmas tree decorating contest. The end of the episodes. Okay.
All right.
So Bert is the host. They light the trees up. Bert has a lot of hosting duties in this town.
Bert is...
They're putting a lot of pressure on him. They're going to drive him back to drugs.
They are, because he's Virgin River's grandpa.
Yes.
And he's tired. He's towing trucks all the time.
Okay. Lizzie's mom shows up and she's talking with Hope, and mom's like, I'm jealous of the bond that you have with Lizzie. Deirdre is the mom's name. And Hope's like, but she'll call you because she'll need all this advice. And Deirdre's basically like, look, dude, we had nannies. I didn't fucking feed this kid. I had nothing to do with this kid.
I know.
So I don't know how I can help her.
I hate this mother.
I know. I don't like her either.
I hate her.
So then Lizzie and Denny show up and they tell them they're having a girl. Okay. That kid's going to be cute.
Yeah, it's going to be real cute. Even though I fucking hate Denny with like the heat of 1,000 suns.
Do you remember, guys, go back to like episode 2 when I said he was a good actor.
Every time he comes on screen, I think of when you said that. I'm not even kidding you, Amy. I think of it and I giggle every time because I'm like, what the fuck was she watching?
How bad is this cast if I think he's a good actor? Okay.
He's so bad.
All right. So Bree approaches Brady. Mm-hmm. Lark is away, so it's bang time.
Yep.
And he's like, look, I was sitting home and I was just thinking about Christmas and I needed a little Christmas cheer, so I came to the Christmas thing. And they talk about her parents, and Brady says, it's hard watching someone you love move on. And she's like, yes, it is. And then they're just about to make out, and here comes Narc Jack. Oh, hello, everybody. And I'm like, I can't even fucking believe that.
Do you really think they were going to make out?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, okay. They were going to make out. Mm-hmm.
Well, in Amy's world. That's it. That's it. We need like a sound for Amy's world. You need to come up with a button because we have to button our way to Amy's world.
It'll be like this. Okay. So Jack and Bree's parents are there. They've made up. Dad has met Javier and he likes him. Who fucking cares? Let's move forward. Mm-hmm. Muriel and Cam are walking through the light tunnel, and Muriel tells them, I want you to consider the kid thing. Like, all I want for Christmas is for you to really think about it. And, I know I can have kids. I just don't want them right now. Okay. Doc proposes to Hope again, and they win the contest.
Of course they did, because they'd had to. If she didn't win, I was going to be so pissed.
Jack and Mel break into the ice skating rink, and they skate a little bit. And then we see Preach and Kaya, and he shows her that it's snowing out.
Kaya.
Okay. Now, the next morning, this is all the setup for season 6 that we need. Next morning, people are getting gifts. Lark and Brady, we see them strolling outside. Lizzie gets her Mama Glamma shirt. They all meet at the bar. They're eating. Mel and Jack get home, and he gives her a puppy named Pony, and I want to punch it right out of his face. It's so cute.
It's really
I love that dog. I want to eat it.
And I took a photo of Jack holding the puppy so that I could post it in the group and show everybody that a real perfect man exists.
Well, do
Just
you
give
want to
me
know
a
what I
hot guy
wrote,
with a
though?
puppy. What?
I wrote, great. Now I'll never be able to watch this show again with my dog in the room because now there's a fucking puppy involved. My dog Nelly, guys, barks at everything that moves on the TV that is not human. Everything.
And my dog Josie barks at just everything. Everything. The wind.
Yeah. So Brady and Lark are playing checkers in his bedroom above the bar. And Lark gets a phone call and she leaves and she's all like, Hazel's good and Brady doesn't suspect a thing. And
Well,
we see, I had to
no.
look up who this guy was because it's been so long. This is Calvin's right hand man, Jimmy.
And we find out that Jimmy is Basil's father.
We don't know. No? Yes?
He says, "How's my baby doing?" or something. And she's like, "Oh, Hazel's
Okay,
doing
I didn't
great."
clock that,
I think
but
he's the
okay.
dad.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh God,
Calvin and
maybe.
Jimmy, just, father and children all over
I
Virgin
mean,
River.
I could be wrong, but
I'll have to go back and rewatch, but it makes sense.
that's what I took from it.
Yeah, because why would he ask about her kid?
Right.
Right. I'm
Because
sure
he
he's not
says,
just some caring guy like, how are you
no,
and your family?
no, this drug
Okay,
fucker is
yeah,
not
you're
giving a
probably
shit
right.
in jail, shanking people.
Preach gets a call from Mike saying they've identified the body of the guy that he killed and they're about to be fucked because it's going down.
So
Now
wait,
go ahead.
Mike knows about the murder,
Yes.
right? Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't remember.
So Mel's dad shows up and he's like, you look so much like your mom. And I was overwhelmed. And I didn't lie. I'm just not that man anymore. And then he goes, BT Dubs, I'm your father. I'm here now. I brought a stack of letters from your mother so you could hear her voice one more time. Also, I have something important to tell you. Cut to black.
Uh-huh. What?
What
Sir?
is it? What is
Sir?
it? What is
Sir,
it?
you do not show up like that, sir. We need to have a conversation.
Do you think, okay, so let's talk season 6. So
Oh my God.
we know that Mel and Jack have to end up with children.
Mhm.
Are they going to end up with Charmaine's kids or are they going to end up with Denny and Lizzy's kid?
I know. If they end up with Denny and Lizzie's kid, I think it's going to be because something happens to Denny. But
Yeah,
then
but
I'm like
Denny
not
is
sure.
young. Yeah,
I
he's
know.
got time.
And then I'm not sure too because Lizzie's really excited about this pregnancy. So I don't think she's in a situation where she's grappling with whether or not to keep it. Like, you know what
I think something's going to happen to Charmaine. They're going to have to take the boys in, and that sets up the conflict of them always trying to protect their kids from Calvin.
Right. But
They could have 6 seasons on that.
I also think there's a possibility that, why can't I remember her name? Lily's daughter?
Yes, Chloe
is going to come back with Chloe because she's was whipped off to like Boston or whatever the hell, I don't remember, for a job or something. And I think, is it possible that her high-powered career now is going to leave it so that she can't take care of Chloe anymore and she's going to want to live her own life and Chloe is going to end up with Jack and Mel?
I see what you're saying, but I don't know what the future, like if I'm just looking at it from a writer's point of view,
of course,
and that's too neat of a bow.
Right,
Do you
but
know what
we're
I mean?
talking about Virgin River.
Like there needs to be future conflict with this kid.
Oh no, I know for sure.
So I think they would be fighting Calvin because I think Charmaine maybe has a will where she puts in it that she wants the kids to go to Mel and Jack or something.
Do you think they write off Charmaine?
I think Charmaine goes away because what ties does she have?
Fuck, you're right. I know,
And
but
I think
she's
Mel and Jack spend the next couple seasons like fighting Calvin for their kids. That's just my opinion. If I'm a writer, that's where the richest material is. But
yeah, I think
who
you're
knows?
right. You're probably right. I mean, I'm not a writer and I don't know shit. So
what do we see? What do we see happening with Hope and Lizzy and Doc and like what's happening there? What is their future setup?
I don't know. Are they going to be like just raising a baby? and doing all that stuff. I don't know, like being grandparents and he's slowing down because of the clinical trial and his eyesight. Like, I don't know.
Like, they don't really have a storyline.
They don't, but that's why I think they're kind of maybe he's going to back off the clinic. I think Mel's going to do more work at the clinic. And I think Doc is just going to be being grandpa.
That's going to be
getting
boring.
shots in his eyeballs.
You know what you could... Oh, no, you can't do that. I was going to say maybe Doc could run for mayor, but Hope's mayor.
Hope's mayor, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Hope's... Oh, maybe Doc starts cheating on Hope with Grandma Rose.
You think?
Maybe.
He's not. Not after he just proposed and spilled his love.
Maybe
No.
Hope dies. Somebody needs to die.
I think it's going to be Charmaine.
I think so too. And then we see where Preach, he's going to get thrown in jail for murder, and I'm happy about it. Good. Goodbye.
Do we want Paige and Christopher to make a comeback?
No. I never want to see them again. No.
You don't want to see how Christopher grows up? And
are Brady and Bree going to get back together?
I think they are, and then he's gonna get in trouble again or something, and she's gonna think that, look at this piece of shit. So here's a question I have.
Okay.
How the fuck does Brady end up getting fooled again? How?
Well, here's a question I have. What is Jimmy's plan? Like, what is his plan?
Is it to get Lark to fall in love with him, or to get him to fall in love with Lark, and then she takes all of that insurance money? Or is it to just get him killed? Like, I don't understand.
Kill him?
I don't know.
Is it just to fuck with him?
I don't know. So many questions.
I don't know either. Is she going to get pregnant and try to pin it on Brady?
Ugh.
But it's really Jimmy's, and then she'll... Oh, here. Let me go back to my guiding light, Edge of Night, As the World Turns training as a child.
Okay, I have a little bit of it.
He's going to impregnate Lark. Lark's going to make Brady think he's the father. Brady will fall in love with the kid, and then they'll rip the kid away from him. Dual paternity situation. Classic.
Like Jack.
They're
going to jack Brady?
They're going to jack Brady. All right, we need to end this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this coverage. We went an hour and 20 minutes about Virgin River.
Because I spent too long talking.
You guys, please let us know. I'll put once this episode is out, I will put it into Backdoor Friends, and I want your comments on what you think is going to happen for season 6.
Seriously, you guys, please.
If you've read the books, please come at us and tell us what happens in the books.
Do you think we should read the books?
No, I'm not reading the books.
Really? How many books are there?
You could. I'm not doing it.
Why are you not doing it? Just because they're going to suck, or because you don't want it to be ruined?
I don't have fucking time.
Oh.
I don't have time.
Who has time?
No. This is where my Backdoor Friends carry me, where I cannot walk. They will come forward if they have read the books, and they will let us know what happens. I know. I remember there's a few of them in there who've read the books.
No, you're right. I remember too. So peoples, if you're listening, Backdoor Friends, please, I want a big ass discussion on where this shit is going, because I love this so much and we don't talk about it enough.
Can't stop, won't stop. Ugh, love it.
I need more Virgin River convo in the Backdoor Friends.
Me too, girl. Me too. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, try to check out our Facebook group like we talked about, Backdoor Friends. Also, jump on one of our paid tiers. You get a lot of content. We have 3 tiers now to choose from. A little bit culty, a little bit culty, and ladies of a certain age.
And you guys, we did that because you asked for it.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Let's go there.
All right. So also leave us a 5-star review. Only 5 stars.
5 stars.
If you want to, you can say, preach, make me a sandwich. We'll know what that means.
Or you can say it like this. Preach, make me a sandwich.
All right, I'm leaving. Bye. Right. I love you.
Love your bones.
Bye.